How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Real Night. Today we are hopping back into Dexter Original Sin with episode number 2. I really enjoyed that first episode. It was really a nice balance between nostalgia and introducing new things. They did a great job casting the characters. As I mentioned last time, when you're doing something like this, it can be a little bit tricky because one, you want to get actors that kind of look like the, original actors, but also you want to make sure those actors have some pretty good acting ability. And I think that they hit that balance pretty nicely. Things are a little bit rough with the acting, but I'm hoping they improve as we go forward. Last time we witnessed or re-witnessed Dexter's first kill. We got some more background on that, some more exposition. He mentioned like the earrings and that was some kind of big deal. I don't know if that's going to be like a throwaway thing or if they're going to bring that forward, but he also at the end of the episode started his internship at the department. So maybe we're going to be seeing some cases, seeing his come up in that regard. So looking forward to it. Let's roll it. Oh, that can't necessarily bode well, but yeah, it makes sense.
You make one mistake and a killer goes free.
She was a woman after my own heart.
I wonder what happened to her. We didn't get her in the original, so.
We have the highest murder rate in the country, and I have to sell a kidney for a box of pens. You do get one of these bad boys. Have it on you at all times.
Is that a pager?
Put me to work, boss.
Easy, baby tiger.
I don't know. It's just me, but I'm sensing some tension there. I don't know. I might just be reading too far into it.
Probably.
Who is this?
Why are you doing this?
I guess we got our antagonist.
Those kids of yours taking good care of you?
Same posture as Batista. Kind of mistook him for him a little bit in that shot, at least.
Hey, Sarge, have you heard about Judge Powell's kid?
No, what?
Reporter missing.
Yeah, feels like a kidnapping, though.
I think it's a cartel. You two are now officially the new leads on the Estrada case.
Estrada. Oh. Yeah, this is, Hector Estrada. The whole situation with the Dexter's mom.
Captain Spencer,
Yeah,
coffee.
take it in my office.
We haven't seen Matthews either, I don't think.
We have a drug-related homicide. Sounds like an NHI.
What's NHI?
It means no humans involved. Prostitutes, drug addicts, homeless people. Actually, that sounds pretty bad when I say it out loud.
Yeah, what? Yeah, they haven't missed with this score. I'm loving it.
My very first crime scene. It felt like Christmas morning.
My captain, this big macho putz, was worried that my weak little lady stomach couldn't handle all the blood. 10 minutes on the scene, and he was the one blowing chunks. I'm tiny but mighty. And don't you forget it.
Okay. She seems to be continually trying to assert herself.
I need you to run across the street and fetch a bunch of coffees.
The intern work.
It didn't exactly start the way I had hoped.
My dad and my brother are so for up each other's asses, they don't even know I exist. Speaking of your brother's ass, have mercy. Dexter?
After she saw that fight, that was it.
Go all Karate Kid at that party?
Yep.
You got a banana bread.
No,
Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Thanks, Dex.
Maybe this was the start of the donut situation, He just never got out of the habit. We're probably going to get to see that too.
The killer must have approached from behind. The victim startled, he turned around.
No exit wound. Must have used a small caliber pistol.
Morgan, tell Batista what you just told me.
The killer was standing in front of the...
Oh, yeah, Captain, Bobby, get a load of this.
They had to make fun of him or something, or what? Is he raw?
Your hypothesis?
The killer was right in front of the victim. The void and the blood spatter is where he was standing.
Well, we've got ourselves a real blue chipper here, don't we, boys?
Yeah. I mean, we would have never known the Vic got shot at close range except for the gunpowder burn in the middle of his forehead.
That's enough, guys. Dex, let me talk to you.
I mean, what's the point of that?
They're just giving you a hard time because you're the new guy.
I mean, yeah, they gave him... He came to the same conclusion, just differently.
It's the only way we can deal with stuff like this every day.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it just shows, Dexter's focus is on the blood versus anything else. Everything else is kind of secondary. Yeah, I'm excited to get some of these flashbacks too. We're going to see Harry in action, huh? How that whole situation happened with Laura.
You, Joe, Depends who's asking.
Joe Driscoll, Dexter's dad.
Shit, you that Joe?
I think that was his name.
Police! Freeze! Hands up against the wall. That's it. Come on, let's go. Let's go. There you go.
So he makes the deal, huh?
I got it here.
I like what they did with like the wardrobe and the hair and makeup for like these flashbacks and stuff, you know? Definitely adds to it, and the props, old uniforms, old cars. I mean, it's kind of necessary if you're going to be doing this, but still, I like what they did. So I think there's definitely... Like, you don't even necessarily have to show all that for some flashbacks, but like the fact that they did just adds to it.
Anyone sitting here?
Yeah, I'm saving these seats for my friend.
Is this the same? Looks similar to the place where you went with Lumen. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of like restaurant on the docks type of thing in Miami.
Uh-oh, boy genius.
Huh. It looks like there's a void where the meat should be.
Yeah, but we're gonna...
They're petty, bro. Like, they're not even funny.
In keeping with tradition of the celebratory first crime scene lunch, I'd like to present your brand new Miami Metro laminates.
Hey, bye. Look at that.
That smile. Definitely forced.
Maybe blending in wasn't so hard after all.
You look like you're one bite away from a myocardial and...
No, Dexter. Oh.
Damn, Dex-Mex.
Got too comfortable too quick.
Grilling?
You know it.
Steaks.
Chicken, or God bless me with a ribeye?
I don't know, but you won't get anything if she finds out you smoked today. Hey, don't worry. If anyone knows how powerful urges can be, it's me.
That's, I don't think we should compare.
Oh, both are addictions, but yes, one is definitely more,
I'll let you get back to your father-son time. Fuckosaurus Rex!
They're moving in herds.
Gotta go today.
It was exciting. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not the same as Nurse Mary. That was euphoric.
it's crazy how open he can be with Harry. No wonder he was having like flashes of me.
Deb will kill me if she finds out I smoked. So don't tell your sister.
Do you know how many fucking times I've heard "don't tell your sister" in the last year alone? You're welcome.
Looks like you grilled a sponge.
Kebabs.
What the hell is tofu?
It's soy.
Yeah, I was never a tofu fan either. I think it really just depends on like how you cook it, how you season it. But I've never had tofu that tasted good, honestly.
Was all this behind me?
I'm gonna have to pause and see all those books. What were they?
Definitely a great assortment of classic and cult horror movies, but I'd like to draw attention to Grey's Anatomy, which in this case is the anatomy textbook. But coincidentally, Patrick Dempsey plays Dr. Shepard in the show.
I hoped a little reminiscing would keep my urges at bay.
Earrings. Gollum energy. Oh, the beach day, yeah. Remember that flashback. Talking about smiling for the camera.
Doesn't matter if you're happy or not. You just do it to fit in. Okay?
Joe is going to jail. You don't have to, though. But you gotta talk to me.
The color grade of these flashbacks is just so contrasty, you know? Colors are just so vibrant.
I'm sure your kid is worried sick about where you are right now.
Wait, I didn't see her nails. Are her nails painted?
You want the girlfriend to be your informant.
Laura, they would never see coming. And I know how to use her. I know things have been difficult since your mom passed, but we all gotta find a way to move on.
Thanks, Harry. I'll get right on that.
Yeah, Dexter didn't necessarily have the best role model for handling like emotional situations like this either. Who knows? Maybe if Harry had been a little bit more like
I brought something for my new friends.
Oh,
friends.
Not healthy food, man. Wondering he's gonna get the donut.
One.
That's great, kid.
Donut inclination. He's gonna have to eat all those veggies himself.
You think you could give me a hand with Dexter? You know, take him under your wing a little. He can be a bit
Socially awkward.
Yeah, take him out tonight.
Tell him about the Passion.
Should I invite Masuka?
Masuka's better in smaller doses.
Yeah, when he was younger, it was more action-based. As he got older, it was just jokes.
Hustle down to records. Pull case files for all possible drug-related homicides over the last 6 months.
Ah, Camilla.
Hi, Camilla.
Your mom would be so happy you joined our Miami Metro family.
I brought a veggie plate for everyone.
Honey, let me tell you something.
She gonna... Oh, the pie! Nice little thing there. Key lime pie.
You promised to find me the perfect key lime pie.
Shouldn't all this be transferred into the computer system?
Lord, I'll be dead and buried before all these files get put into the computer.
It's a little different. And she was smoking too. I mean, like everybody at this time is smoking here.
Miami's murder solve rate was 18%, less than 1 in 5. So many killers still on the street. I was a kid in a candy store.
Here it is.
How does the defendant plead?
Not guilty. If he's not guilty, I'm Burt Reynolds.
Yeah, kind of looks like him, kind of.
Negative. I thought we were gonna wait to look at the results together.
We've been trying for 2 years.
She kind of looks like Deb a little bit. Fantastic casting so far, I think. Oh, she's trying to find stuff to sell. Yeah, take from Dexter. How is she gonna find the earrings? I wonder if it's the same club.
This place is a completely different vibe at night, huh?
Same place.
I love this song. It's impossible not to move.
I don't dance. I don't know how.
Levántate. Hey, as long as you have a heartbeat, you can dance.
Yeah. I don't think Batista's lessons took very well. If Dexter later on is any indication.
Just move like me, okay? Forward, 2, 3, back, 2, 3. Forward, 2, 3, back, 2, 3. Listen to the music. Just listen. It's like walking. Never repeat a step.
Gotta move his shoulders too.
Every Tuesday night we do a shot of rum. And Renee's honor.
Por Renee.
Was that another unsolved, maybe?
Lots of immigrants, when they first get here, he borrowed money from the wrong guy. Scumbag named Handsome Tony Ferrer. Goes to Renee's house, put a gun next to his head, fired, and told him.
I guess no, not unsolved.
Renee saw that the bullet went through the wall and hit his mom in the head.
Ooh.
Carla Carballo.
Unsolved, yeah. Well, so like, they kind of know, but
The guilt, it was just too much.
still considered unsolved.
It was more enlightening than he could have possibly imagined.
Three trays. Maybe they're feeding him once a day, so maybe 3 days.
No!
Oh, is it they're sending like a finger or something because of the ransom?
How much can I get for these?
It was a fake. I can't give you anything for them. Any interest in importing that? $250. Last best and final.
Deal. Dad, really?
I mean, for what?
Those are your mom's.
Yeah.
My dad said that I should move on, so this is me moving the fuck on. Hey, if you don't want those earrings, can I have them? Knock yourself out.
So Dexter's definitely gonna notice that. As much as he's like gollumed over those things.
Now
Got
that's
the
what I'm
donuts.
talking about. You're officially my favorite Morgan.
Now we just gotta get the assorted flavors.
Levi was with me that night.
You're like a white crayon, useless. Now get the hell out of my sight. Please kindly escort Miss Silvera back to the streets she seems to know so well.
Oh no, her fingernails aren't painted.
That is
Brian or
my son, Brian.
Yeah.
Okay.
This
Dexter.
little angel's Dexter.
Hello, Dexter.
A little bit big, you know. They look about the same age, but maybe we might get some more why Harry didn't take Brian, you know? Like, we got an answer in the original series, but maybe there was more to it.
I didn't understand why this affected me the way it did.
The prints are matched to the one we pulled from Jimmy Powell's toy.
In that moment, there was nothing more I wanted to do than find and kill the person who harmed Jimmy Powell. I had to feed my urge with someone else.
That's crazy. That's a crazy twist of circumstance. That it would go through the wall and hit the mom on the head. If that's what really happened, you know.
True.
I thought Deb would have taken care of that, you know.
The dark passenger was rising up. And there was only one thing I could do about it. Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Very nice, very nice. That was awesome. Another great episode. It looks like they are going to just be continuing on with some bangers here, and I'm happy to see that, you know. After New Blood, I was like kind of like, you know, maybe I should take a break from Dexter. Maybe I should just like do something else for a little bit and then come back and do Original Sin. I'm glad I hopped straight into this after New Blood just because, you know, it's really got me hyped again to be watching Dexter. So we picked things up like straight up after he got the internship, after he came into the building, it seems like. Tanya seems to be trying to really like assert her dominance in this scenario, like right off the bat. Dexter hasn't even really done anything to really warrant that, in my opinion, but I kind of understand where she's coming from, especially at this point in time in a very like heavily male dominated space. Of course, she would probably feel the need to assert herself in that way. However, like I said, Dexter, he hasn't really done anything to warrant that yet, but maybe just trying to catch things before they might spiral, right? The whole like void pattern joke thing, to me, wasn't really that funny. I know they're just, you know, messing with him because he's the new guy, as they said, but maybe they could have found something a little bit funnier to mess with him with. I don't like, he's a weird guy. They could have talked about that, like bringing in a veggie tray. That could have been like the joke or whatever. But they seem to have a cool dynamic. Masuka's actor, not really feeling the acting there. Maybe it'll get different as things go forward, and maybe he's going to catch some kind of like, I don't know, official complaint or something that's going to make him switch from literally like acting out his jokes with some of the women in his station to just like making dirty jokes. Because yeah, dude is wilding in there. Dude is going crazy. They're continuing to drop like little Easter eggs here and there, like specifically Camilla with the pie, smoking, stuff like that. Deb's friend seems to have something for Dexter, so we might be seeing that going forward, seeing Deb's friend maybe try to make some moves on Dexter, see the results of that, because picking up in season 1 where Dexter had talked about past relationships in which, you know, things had started to get physical, and like after that point, you know, things were broken off because he seemed to like not be able to connect with them. So maybe we'll see that in this scenario. We're also, of course, getting those relationship dynamics with Deb and Harry, just kind of the lack of emotional connection in their relationship. And I think Dexter, as I mentioned during the reaction, I think Dexter kind of inherited some of that from Harry, because as we saw throughout the original series, Dexter, he's not really an in-the-box psychopath. Of course, like the code, and he had these urges and stuff like that. He's dealing with trauma and everything like that. But as we saw, he could grow out of that to a certain extent. Like he still has some of the tendencies, some of the characteristics and traits of psychopaths, sociopath, whatever. But he was also just kind of underneath it all, just a normal guy that was very damaged, and then given a path to deal with that. Of course, that one kill, as we know, like that wasn't going to be Dexter's last kill. So of course it just set him on the path, and I guess he's just not going to be telling Harry about it anymore. Maybe up until that point where his partner does die, and Dexter takes out the guy that did it. But I think in the flashback that we saw, Dexter had his long hair. I'm gonna have to go back and check, but I'm almost 100% certain that in that that was season 2. I think in that flashback, Dexter had like long hair. He hadn't cut his hair yet. But I mean, like that's, we can not nitpick in this scenario. You know what I'm saying? Stuff is gonna happen the way it happens. We also got the beginning of a bond forming between Batista and Dexter here, which is cool to see. I think throughout everything, Batista's probably the only real friend Dexter ever had. You know, we had the experiment with Miguel, but that things got too close with Miguel, and we found out, of course, that he was using him, you know, in the way that he used pretty much everyone else around him in his life. But yeah, just like thinking back, Batista from season 1 and onwards, was kind of really Dexter's closest friend. So it's cool to see like the budding of that relationship, the seed being planted and starting to grow there. That's it for the initial thoughts. If I have anything else, I'll leave it at the end here. But if you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, leave a comment down below. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all on the next one.